Good morning. Time to get started again. We can get started on some more exciting projects today. I'm quite tired of the greenhouse. It seems like that's all I've worked on now for, 3 weekends, 4 weekends. All right, this is the silage tarp that we've been talking so much about. Your mom's home. Okay, well, that's done. The roof is on. The only thing I have to do is still put the cap on the top, and I'll build the doors and all. But for now, let's move on to some other and more important projects. Right now, it's weathered in, and I'm happy with that. I spent 3 weekends working on this. Well, 3 days with the rain. And I'm ready to get some of this other farm work done. So let's go look at what our fencing problems are. Okay, next project is going to be the fencing. In order to get the silage tarps down, we need to get the fencing moved and get it set up the way we want to garden this year. We had 100 by 100 fenced in area last year. That's going to be 200 by 200 this year. And then we'll also add the orchard. So let me show you what we're going to do with the first section of the fence so we can get in and get the tractor and start raking everything down. Oh, there's the devil. Nothing like a fire ant nest. Step in that in the summer in a pair of flip-flops and your whole world changes. We'll just leave that alone and I'll come back later and put some spinosad on there and get rid of it. Okay, so as you can see, we have this garden fence along here. We're walking the first 100 foot of it now. I have to reset these H-posts from last year that we got put in a hurry so we could get a fence up. They're not deep enough and they kind of moved. So this fence runs back through here 100 feet. We need to turn it and go down to that post 100 feet. So we'll cut that out and get that H-post set up. So let me go get some tools and we'll get started taking this fence out so we can get the tractor in and start scraping the ground for the silage cloth. Okay, first thing we have to do, we're going to need to take off the fence connectors, the clips, for the first 6 posts, and then we'll roll this fence up and we'll be able to get the tractor in the first section we're going to put the silage cloths on. So first things first, let's get these clips off here. Tracy and I made short work of that. So now we'll get the tractor and we'll have to move this compost pile as Tracy runs from the camera. This big compost pile that she added to yesterday that Eddie is interested in. Come here, buddy. Come on. What are you doing? Where's your toy? So we'll get the tractor and we'll get this moved out of the way, and then we'll put the ag rake on the tractor and we'll get this cleaned up and get ready to get solid tarps down. We've still got to go to Lowe's and get the 1,000-pound bags of sand to fill the sandbags to hold the tarps down. So let's go get the tractor. We've got the ag rake connected to the back of the tractor, and it's just a series of tines. It's a rake. I made one pass with it just to make sure everything was going good, and now we're going to start raking this area. I'll show you why we need to rake it. We have a lot of thatch, and the thatch builds up really thick, and it just makes it really hard to build the rows later. So if we rake it before we put the silage cloths down, then we're going to have a much better job. So let's get the tractor started and let's get this raked out, and let's go get some sand and get these tarps down today. Okay, Tracy's finishing up the tractor work with the rake, and then we'll head over to Lowe's and get the sand for the sandbags. I just get a stand and watch for now because I lost my tractor. Also Tracy's favorite tool. But she does a good job. She does as good a job as I do, so we just take turns doing the hard work with the tractor. Like it's that hard. We've got the ag rake work done. As you can see, it's a whole lot better than it was. It takes out all that extra thatch and a lot of the tall weeds and leaves the bed ready to go. As you can see here in the close-up, it's really done a good job. So now we'll go get the sandbags and get those filled and get this tarp down, hopefully before today is over. Farming season's coming and I'll be the happiest man on planet Earth. we made it over here to Lowe's where we're going to get our sand for our sandbags. Best way to buy it, you can buy 1,000 pounds at a time and they load it on your trailer with a forklift. All right, this is the silage tarp that we've been talking so much about that's 50 by 105. So we're getting it unpackaged here. This is just plastic on the outside. This in itself is the silage tarp. Heavy duty made, it's white on the back side, that goes down and the black goes up. So we got to figure out how to get it unrolled and get it to the 50 foot and get it laid out here. Whew. Now that was a day. Obviously the greenhouse got done first thing this morning, and I'm glad about that. But the thing we aimed for was the silage tarp, and we fought all day. We got that raked out. We got that thing laid out. The wind kicked up, and let me tell you something. When you're moving a 50, we cut that in half, so a 50 by 52 inch tarp, and the wind gets a hold of it, I thought it was going to launch us off the ground. But we moved 2,000 pounds of sand into sandbags and laid that out on it. 30-40 pounds at a time, we carried those out there. I'm tired. I've had enough homesteading for one day. Got to go back to work tomorrow, so it'll be next weekend before I get at it. But I'll probably get another couple videos out this week. The incubator's full, so I've got to candle the eggs. We're on day 7 now, so we'll candle those eggs probably this evening and try to get a video out this week about chickens and roosters and fertilized eggs and incubators and hatches and some of the pitfalls on that. But as you can see, the silage tarps in there just a little bit crooked, but it was very, very hard to handle in that wind. So we'll put another 12-foot section beside it and have that whole side done. and ready to plant when that time comes. I still got a few things left on the greenhouse, and I still haven't got around to getting gravel on the driveway. Now, I haven't told Tracy yet, but FedEx brought this box today, and it's from Growers Solution. Inside of here is the irrigation kit, the drip irrigation kit. There's enough stuff in that box to do 20 50-foot rows of crops with drip irrigation. So we'll get that set up once we get everything set up for the garden. We've got one more of these kits to order at least for this year, so that we can get 40 50-foot rows in under direct irrigation. It's great for things like tomatoes and cucumbers, because you put your ground cover down, you cut your holes in your ground cover, plant your plants, and then it drip irrigates underneath that ground cover and keeps everything going. So that's really it for me for today. I can't think of anything else I want to say. I just really want to go get cleaned up, get something to eat, and crash. But I still have to edit this video and get it up online. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notification. I need a bunch of subscribers. We're not going to back off. We've got a lot of homesteading going on, and maybe greenhouses and silage isn't your thing, but when we start seeds, and we take cuttings, we start gardening, working with livestock, those things may be more interesting to you. So keep an eye on the channel, and I'm glad you watched this.